is the final quail hut. It's a lot of square feet for 7 little quail. Today, the quail are almost exactly 4 weeks old. So hopefully today the quail hut will be done and then we can move them outside onto pasture. We are going to start with the plans for the Suscovich chicken tractor and make a few modifications. So let's get started.
So we have all of our wood pieces cut to length, and now we have to go and put lap joints on them.
All of our lap joints are done. Now that the wood sub-assemblies are put together, we are going to connect them all together, which will complete the wood bottom half of this contraption.
We're bending conduit for the quail hut, and this is the first time I've ever used a conduit bender, and so far it seems to be going well. I just followed the instructions that came with it.
The bottom 2 feet of the quail hut is hardware cloth. We used a hand stapler and an electric stapler, but neither one seemed to work. So we resorted to using small fit staples, and that worked very well, and that's what we used for the entire structure. We're using our small little fencing staples. We got off a little bit, so we needed to pull 3 of the staples. Luckily for us, we have a slide hammer. If you've never seen a slide hammer before, it's got this sliding mechanism, and it's got these teeth, and then you have this kind of almost like a lever system to help pull it out. Today was a long hot day. It was in the 90s and we did finish our quail hut. So today, at almost 4 weeks old, the quail are going to graduate to the outdoors. It's the first time they are going to have been outdoors. Here we go. That one's big. This is a big one. We have one that's like really big. I'm hoping it's female. He's spicy. You're okay. Your last one. There you go. What do you guys think? I'm just going to let them explore, but I did put the same waterer and feeder that they have been using. The quail seem very happy and excited to be in the sunlight, which is ironic because we put the tarp all the way down on this side to protect them from the worst afternoon sun. And that's the only place they want to be. And then on this side we left the tarp up a little bit so that they get more ventilation and morning sun. Here is the final setup for the quail hut. We did get a 10 by 12 tarp, so it only comes down on one side all the way. But again, like I said, we're using that to help control the heat from the sun. And it may look black in this angle, but the outer side of the tarp is silver. And then we have 2 strands of electric wire around the quail hut to help protect it from any type of predators. I have to tell you, I'm quite nervous. This will be the first night that they are outside of their brooder and they are in a pen that me and my husband constructed. So of course, I hope that when I wake up in the morning that there are still 7 quail in the quail hut. We will see tomorrow. Well, it was the first night for the quail in the quail hut, and I thought that the weather forecast had it getting down to about 60, and it got down to about 43 last night. So let's go see if there's any quail alive.
2, 3, 4, 5, where's 6 and 7? There's one over there, 6.
Looking for number 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, there's 7. You're hard to count sometimes, guys. Oh yeah, they're burrowing in the hay. We did count 7. Right now I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One burrowed into the hay. We have some hay in the corner over here.
The quail have been outside in their little quail hut for about 5 days now. They are all still alive, which is groovy. And hopefully in about less than 2 weeks, I may start finding some eggs. From what I can find, they don't really nest in boxes. I think I'll just have to try to collect the eggs. I didn't know really what to expect from these quail, and once I put them out here, I wasn't sure if every time I opened the door, if they would just flush up and try to kill themselves. But they're pretty calm. They'll move around, like if I go in, they'll move around, maybe get out of my way. But otherwise, they seem pretty content. Some people ask what I am feeding the quail, and I'm feeding them organic starter crumble from Modesto Milling, which is out of California, but we have a distributor up here in Eastern Washington. And of course, like I mentioned before, I grind it down in this super fancy coffee grinder that my mom wasn't using and she gave me. I'm learning as I go on this first set, so God bless them for staying alive for me. I have continued to grind their feed, and I bought some oyster shells, and they're big. So now I'm going to attempt to grind oyster shells. I don't know if that's possible in this machine. We're going to find out. It'll either work or it won't. Here goes nothing. Well, I guess that didn't work. Luckily, once I knocked out the oyster shells that were stuck in here, I was able to turn this back on so I can keep using it. Online, I found that they said you should just sift these to get the really small particles out for the quail. So maybe I'll try that. I did use some basic window screen and just sifted out the smaller particles, and I put them out in the quail hut. We'll see if they eat them. Today, it's been a week since the quail have been in their quail hut, and we are going to move them. It's the first time we're dragging this, so I'm going to be inside, and Stacy's going to be outside. We managed to successfully move this the first time without running over any of the quail. Now they have all new fresh grass and bugs and treats. So we'll just set up their waterer and let them go. They're now 5 weeks old. Hopefully in a week we'll get some eggs. Overall, I'm very happy with how things are working out with our quail. Join us next time when hopefully we'll have some eggs. And I'm going to try to calculate how much these eggs are costing. We'll see you on the Tomarosa. Thanks for watching.